My name is Simone Chavor, and I am a lifelong trivia nerd and former Jeopardy contestant. I was on Jeopardy on Memorial Day of 2014, and it went okay. So I have a couple of tips for those of you who want to learn to get on Jeopardy, who want to learn how to do well when you get on Jeopardy. Most of what I know is from watching other people. You don't have to take it from me. The first step for trying out for Jeopardy is taking the online test. And when my friends gear up to take it themselves, I have to remind them it's just like a BuzzFeed quiz. You can relax, spelling doesn't count. You don't have to answer in the form of a question. You just type. And they don't tell you how you do at the end, so remember to relax, it's just a game, and then you could go to the real BuzzFeed to find out what kind of ice cream cone you would be if you pick your favorite Taylor Swift song. So people ask me, did you study for Jeopardy? And the answer is not really, because I figured if I tried to cram in any information at the last minute, it's not going to stick, especially if I'm nervous. So the answer is no. No, I didn't really study. But I do trivia all the time. I do pub quiz with my girlfriends. I've done all sorts of trivia contests. And so I just kept doing those. I kept, watching my favorite shows. I kept watching Jeopardy and just tried to pick up, little bits of random knowledge. I did try and study for sports though, because I am really bad at that, but it didn't stick. One thing I will recommend doing is actually going through all of the motions when you watch Jeopardy at home. It's one thing to sit on the couch and just mutter under your breath the answers. No, you have to actually stand up, hold something in your hand, practice buzzing in and practice saying the whole thing out loud in the form of a question. You can't forget that part. So about 3 months after my online test, I got an email asking me for an in-person audition, and I was really excited because it meant it was actually happening. But when you get to the in-person audition, everyone can answer the questions. That's not in question anymore. So they just want to find out whether or not you'll totally choke on television. So show up, be well dressed, be groomed, smile, talk clearly, and think about what you want to say for your 3 funny contestant stories. Now the timing of the buzzer is the trickiest part, because Alex will ask the question, and then as soon as he's done asking the question, the producers will hit a button and a set of lights that are on the game board that you can't see at home turn on. And that's when you're allowed to ring in. You can't ring in before because you get locked out. And they tell you they just want you to mash on that button as hard as you can and as fast as you can, because maybe you get locked out, maybe the lockout expires, you don't know. So just keep mashing on that button and keep going until somebody calls on you. So there's a huge online community of Jeopardy nerds. Like, you already thought that trivia nerds were pretty nerdy, but Jeopardy nerds really take the cake. There's whole message boards and chat rooms. There's websites that analyze people's wagers. There's groups for former contestants to get together and talk about their experiences. Former contestants have written books about Jeopardy. And if you get on the show, if you get to an audition, read those things, because it'll ease your mind about what to expect, so you won't feel quite as anxious when you get on stage. So Jeopardy's whole gimmick is that you have to answer in the form of a question, and you would think everyone would remember that, but it actually gets kind of difficult when you're nervous and on stage. It's a whole lot different than when you're just practicing at home, sitting on your couch. But the thing is that it doesn't matter how you ask it, as long as it is in the form of a question. So you could say, "What are George Washington?" and it would count. And the only time that they stop recording the show is right before Final Jeopardy, when they pause everything and they allow you to write on your little video screen, "What is," so that when they actually ask the question, you just have to fill in the answer.